rockandpop.com, el dominio del rock.
Which is the meaning of Evanescence, your third album for you, the band, and your career?
What does it mean? Wow. To me, this is sort of a new beginning. It feels like a reunion in some ways between us and our fans and each other after just being off for a while. I think
For years?
For years, yeah. Actually, yes. It's been 4, but it's really been 5 since, I guess, the record came out. But yeah. We've been working on it for so long, though, it doesn't feel like that anymore. It's been like the past 2 years really solid, just working on this record. Very proud of my band and where we're at now and where I'm at as a musician. I think it's our best record yet.
I listened to 4 songs of the new album when I came in here, and I noticed that it was more heavier than the others. Don't you think so?
I think so in some ways. It depends on your definition of heavy, but it's, you know what, it's up-tempo. Like, we really worked on these songs, even the ones that we didn't write as an entire band. We brought them together and arranged them as a band and worked on them in a live kind of capacity. And I think just sitting there doing it like that with the drummer and the guitars, it just took it up energy-wise big time. So there's a lot of energy on the record, and yeah, it is heavy.
You said that this album is heavy, dark, beautiful, and desperate. For big words for a record.
Yeah, well, that's Evanescence for you. You gotta cram it all in at once. That's sort of me. The music is, for Evanescence, for me, it's my place to pour out my biggest feelings. So that's what it does. It has all the way across the spectrum. It's not that it's all angry or sad. It's not. There's love and forgiveness, and all of those things are on the record too. Just have to listen to the whole thing. It's like watching a very dramatic movie.
You changed the producer in the process of the recording. The name is Nick Raskulinek. What happened to Steve Lillywhite? I said it right?
Yeah.
Why did you change the producer?
It was almost like we were making 2 different records. The first time was a year before. And I'd been writing a lot on my own and with a programmer. It was just very different. I hadn't decided for a long time during that time whether it was an Evanescence or a solo record or what. And then more and more I started missing Evanescence and wanting the band to be more a part of it, but I didn't take enough time to work on that side of it. When we got in the studio the first time in 2010, it just didn't work. It wasn't right. Very, very hard decision to make. To go, okay, sorry, we have to work more, this just isn't working. It's hard to explain. It was not easy. But after that, we became very driven and started working more and more as a band. And it really pushed us up to a place that we hadn't been to before. And working with Nick, he was absolutely the right fit. He's an amazing rock fan, rock producer, pushed the band forward even more, which is what I wanted. When I met him, I knew he was going to push me, and he did. And I think that sometimes you have to wait, until it's all right. I mean, you can't force it to happen if it's not working right. So I'm glad we did.
I mean, what have you listened today? I mean, how do you feed yourself artistically talking in your iPod or in your car? What are you listening today?
It's just been this record. It's funny because after working it for so long, it's like, it's finally finished. Like, you obsess. I mean, like, whether I'm either practicing or just like listening or like mixing it and everything else that we've been doing, it's more than anything I've listened to our own record, not to just be self-promoting. I do love other music too. We love the Deftones record. It's so good. We're all fans of them in the first place, but to hear them come out with another record that was so good after all this time was really cool and encouraging. They also worked with Nick, same producer. And let's see, I love Depeche Mode. I love the Portishead Third, the record that came out, I guess, a year and a half or so ago.
That Rocks from the 80s?
Yeah. Yeah, that's sort of more guilty pleasure. I remember I was watching like this commercial and there was this awesome remix of one of their songs. So yeah, I listen to all kinds of music.
Usually say that Brazilian fans are one of the most wild and passionate in the world. Would you consider recording a DVD or a music video here next door?
Yeah, that would be awesome. I don't have any plans to, but absolutely. When you're making a DVD or recording any live performance, the best ones to get are where the fans are freaking out. And Brazil and South America, actually, in general, is definitely a place like that for us. So yeah, we don't have any plans to do that right now, but I would absolutely do that.
Why did you choose What You Want as the first single of the album, and what can you tell us about the lyrics?
I really like the song. It's funny. We kept an open mind the whole time because we really believe that there's so many songs on this record that could be singles. But What You Want had a special kind of punch. I like how it's heavy, and it's not trying to fit into everything else that's on the radio. I don't care what that means. I think that our fans love it. It's just a song that we really love, and to me, it sounds like a single. I mean, it's every part of it. I don't know. It's like a little mini song. So, and the meaning, I think it's really cool. It has a few meanings for me, but it's like, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to get back out there and do what you love again. It's like me talking to myself. But it's also just, it's about no matter what happens in life, you can't control it. It's chaotic. Hello, hello, remember me, I'm everything you can't control. That's not about me. It's about life. You can't control the chaos. But what you can control is the way you handle it. You have to be able to just handle all those things. Yeah. So I love the song for all those reasons. It's aggressive, but to me, it's got a positive message.
Right now, we are in a huge pop wave.
Yeah.
Artists like Rihanna, Justin Bieber, Lady Gaga. It's a huge phenomenon. Why you still playing rock and roll with attitude?
Well, that's who I am. I'm not going to change because the system changed. And honestly, that's what rock has always kind of been. It's been about the fans, and it's not supposed to be. I don't know. It's not that it's not supposed to be, but there's always the Lady Gagas and the pop forces that are so big in the mainstream and everything else, and that's great. But that's just not who I am. So I'm not gonna change because everyone else has changed. Then we won't be true anymore.
It's hard to be honest. It's hard to be the same force rocker in the world.
No. It's awesome. I think that I could do all kinds of music and love it. But if it's going to be Evanescence, it's got to rock. And we always want to be pushing ourselves to make the best thing ever. So this record it's who we've been, but it's new, and it's pushed. All the extremes, I think, are pushed farther apart.
It's been about 15 years since Evanescence began in Little Rock. What's the most important thing you have learned through all of these years?
The most important thing that I've learned in 15 years, be yourself. Be happy with yourself. I think it's really easy to beat yourself up and be critical of yourself, especially when you're under the microscope so much, and everyone's watching you and critiquing you and judging you. It's hard not to constantly pick yourself apart. I think a big lesson is to just be yourself. You can't please everyone, but you can please you. And I think that that has to be step one. Make music that you love, do what you love, and everything else can come second.
Amy, you have two guys with the same name in the band. How it happens?
Well, they're not. It's just total coincidence. I mean, Will Hunt is our drummer, but then also I wrote some songs and worked with a programmer named Will Hunt. I guess it's kind of a common name, sort of like Amy Lee is probably a pretty common name too. Yeah, that's pretty funny. I don't know. It's just coincidence.
Is there a new sound in this tour with the band, with the new members?
There isn't a new member. This is the exact same lineup we had before. There's just one Will Hunt in the band. We just did some work together in the past. But I do believe that this lineup does have its own sound, and this is its own statement in time with this lineup and the people playing and creating the record. Definitely. And Will, the drummer in the band, is a great force on the record. The rhythms are awesome. They're just him. I mean, he's the best drummer in the world. I mean, a lot of the vocals, piano parts, everything, they're working back and forth with the rhythm, and that's a big part of our music, especially right now. So yeah, it's got its own feeling for all the members.
We already know what you want, but maybe you can recommend us another song, maybe one of your favorite ones of these new records.
It's hard to figure. I love them all, so I'm not going to say one's my favorite. They're all different. The second single is going to be My Heart Is Broken. We all love that one a lot. It's not a ballad. but it's not all the way up tempo. It's sort of in the middle, but I just love it. It's got a great groove. I love Lost in Paradise. I think that'll be a single for us down the road a little bit. That'll be our ballad. I'm very proud of all the songs. There's a little bit of everything. If you're a fan who likes us for being heavy, there's that song for you. You know, there's a couple of them. There's Never Go Back. It's more heavy than maybe any song that we've ever done. If you're a fan that loves My Immortal and wants to hear the song that you can connect with on a very vulnerable level, there's Lost in Paradise, you know. There's a little bit of everything on the record, yeah.
Your fans have been requesting this for years. In the last leg of the Open Door tour back in 2007, you played some very old songs live for your fans, like Understanding. Do you have plans to do it again with new songs like Away From Me, Forgive Me?
This time, at least for right now, it's really more focused on the new record than anything, because that's where our hearts are. That's this lineup, that's this band, that's what we're most passionate about. But I'm always open. You know, we really have a lot of great fans that love us from a long time ago as well as for now. So I always want to make the fans happy at a show, especially, you know. It's cool to give a shout out to the people that only know the hidden tracks and the B-sides and stuff. So yeah, I'm definitely open to that again. It's not happening right this minute though. We're playing songs from Fall on the Open Door and Evanescence right now.
We didn't come to Brazil, so we couldn't hear that before.
What? Oh, I know, because I was in high school. Yeah. And we will be back, by the way. We're here right now, but it's not that we don't have it date-wise booked right now, but we will be back in Brazil. We want to come to Colombia this time.
Argentina, will you be back?
Colombia, and I get a lot of requests for Colombia. We want to have a very extensive South American tour next year, and we will be back. So, hey, this is Amy from Evanescence, and you're listening to Rock and Pop Radio in Argentina. See you soon, 2012. Yes.
Yes. 2012. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.